What is going on, beautiful people? It is your boy Summoner, back to the video, and today we are back for my top 10 running backs going into the 2025-2026 NFL season. I've done this list for quarterbacks and wide receivers, and if you guys want to go check that out, it is in the playlist on this video, so make sure to go check that out. This video is pretty simple. I'm going to be ranking running backs based on the situation, how I think they'll perform this year, their stats, and overall their skill. We're going to be combining all that to score my top 10 running backs heading into the 2025 NFL season. If you are new here, make sure to click that subscribe button. We're trying to push towards 1,000 subscribers. I know we're at 586 right now, but I want to make that push before the end of the year, so help the boy out. It would be so much appreciated, guys. Also, make sure to like the video and comment any recommendations or feedback down below. Who do you guys think I snubbed on this list? Make sure to comment that down below. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with talking out with you guys. I want to know who you guys think I snubbed, so make sure to comment that down below. And now let's get into the honorable mentions. In the honorable mentions, I have Joe Mixon because of injury. I don't know how severe his injury is or when he's coming back, so I am going to throw him on this honorable mention spot. He deserves to be on this list. He's about number 10, number 9 for me, but I want to have him. Next up, we will have Aaron Jones, Chuba Hubbard, who had a great season last year, Kyron Williams, and Kenneth Walker. At this number 10 spot, I have James Cook from the Buffalo Bills. James Cook had a great season, man. He had over 1,000 yards rushing, 16 touchdowns on the ground, and as a receiver, he had 258 yards and 2 touchdowns. He is a great player for the Bills, man. He really complements Josh Allen well. Honestly, if he didn't have Josh Allen, he would have a lot more touchdowns. Josh Allen had a lot of tush pushes last year to get in the end zone, or he would be a guy that probably got 20 touchdowns on the ground easily. He really helped Josh Allen out, and honestly, I think if the Bills would have ran the ball, they would have probably been playing in a Super Bowl, man. They decided to go away from James Cook when he was absolutely gashing the Chiefs, and it turned out backfiring them. James Cook is at this number 10 spot. I think that he will build upon last season, but the thing that scares me is Ray Davis. I think that Ray Davis has a chance to take some of his receptions and become the third down running back. I also think with the contract, man, I think that situation is a little weird. I don't like putting those situations in my top 10, but you know what? James Cook has been phenomenal. He deserves to be at least at this number 10 spot. At this number 9 spot, we have Bucky Irving, man. Bucky Irving is going to have a phenomenal season. He could honestly end up becoming one of the top 5 running backs in all football, in my opinion. Last year, he did not come into the season as a starter. He came in as a backup, and slowly he took over Rachaad White's role, and he ended up finishing with 1,500 total yards. 1,100 yards on the ground with 8 touchdowns, and also 400 yards on the receiving side of the ball. He was an absolute dog, man, and he is just going to get better and better. We are all on the Bucky train, baby. I think that this guy could end up having 2,000 yards from scrimmage this year. Truthfully, he is going to be a weapon for them. He also got a bunch of touchdowns vultured by Rachaad White and their other backup running back, I forgot his name, but he took his touchdowns. Bucky Irving, I remember another proud Bucky Irving fantasy owner, and they took my touchdowns, man. But Bucky, he's great. He's great. He coming out of Oregon. He was a guy that I was watching, and now he is just lining up on the NFL side of the ball or scale. He is becoming one of the best running backs in football before our very eyes. He's so much fun to watch, man. He is just one of the most fun running backs to watch in the NFL. He also plays for a great offensive line, and it's going to be interesting to see how they use him in a new system because, you know, Liam Cohen leaving to go to Jacksonville, having a new offensive coordinator in there, it's going to be interesting how they use him, but I'm excited, man. I think that Bucky Irving has a chance to have a great season. Like I said, he could be a top 5, top 3 running back in all football next year. I would not be surprised. I think the Bucs are going to lean on him, and he's just going to be awesome. I'm super happy to see Bucky Irving next year, and he's just such a good player, man. Great balance, great speed. He's one of those guys, if he hits the hole, he's gone. He also has great power. He can run you over. He's truly if there's 5-tool in football, he'd be a 5-tool running back. He can, you know, he has power, speed, the ability to receive. He's smart with the football, great ball carrier vision, and he has great juke moves and whatnot. He is a guy. He's a true 5-tool football player, in my opinion, and that's why Bucky Irving is at this number 9 spot. At this number 8 spot, I have Achane. Achane did not reach 1,000 yards in his sophomore season, but he had to deal with some issues, man. Bad offensive line play and his star quarterback Tua Tagovailoa being hurt. He still had a good season though. He finished with 900 total rushing yards, but he had 600 yards in the air. He's the best receiving back in all football, and he's a guy that I think could be more than a receiving back. I think that they're truly going to lock Achane this year. I think they're going to use him as a slot, a running back, all that good stuff. He's going to be moved around the line of scrimmage a lot. I think they'll use a lot of 2-back sets with Jalen Wright. They'll get him more involved. When Tua Tagovailoa plays, Achane is statistically the best running back in football. He puts up the best fantasy football stats, and he is just an absolute stud. Without Tua Tagovailoa, he does struggle. He does not get the ball as much, you know, receiving wise, and also the defense is keying on him because Tua is not playing. So with the bad offensive line play, he definitely struggles. But when Tua plays, man, he is different. I expect Achane to get 1,000 yards rushing this season, but I also think that he can get 2,000 yards from scrimmage. I really do think that he can do it this year. He's a great receiver, and I think that him as a running back is severely underrated. This dude has some of the best speed in football. He's one of the fastest running backs. He has power. He can do it all, man. He's so skilled. He is really one of the best backs in all football, and I think that now with a Miami Dolphins improved offensive line, hopefully a healthy Tua, he is really going to show the world what he is about, and that's why Achane is at this number 8 spot. At this number 7 spot, I have Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor is one of the best running backs. We've seen it. I know I'm saying all these guys are really good, but these guys are really good. The running back position in the NFL is one of the better position groups, I will say. Jonathan Taylor is a madman. In 14 games last year, he put up 1,400 yards rushing. Think about that. That's pretty much about 100 it's about 100 yards a game. So that is pretty good. When Jonathan Taylor has the ball, the defender usually has to pray that, he doesn't make a big gain or do something crazy, because Jonathan Taylor is a damn dog. Defenders are literally praying. They're praying, please don't let JT get the ball. Please don't let JT get the ball. Please let AR-15 throw the ball. Please. Because they know. If Jonathan Taylor gets the ball, there is a problem. He takes over games and he's a dominant force. I will say, I think he's been held back by a situation. I think he has a pretty good offensive line. Shane Steichen is a pretty good run game coordinator. He's he's an alright head coach, but I think that the quarterback play has definitely held him back over the past couple of years. I don't know how good he is. He was one of the best running backs in all football a few years back, and he's still, a top 7 NFL running back in my opinion, and he is one of the more skilled running backs in the league. He's big. He can do it all. He's fast. You guys know the drill. Obviously, my thing is best ability is availability, and he's a guy that tends to be injured a lot. He gets banged up, but when he's on that field, there's no denying his ability. That Jonathan Taylor is one of the best running backs in all football. This number 6 spot, I have Joshua Jacobs from the Green Bay Packers. Josh Jacobs is another physical running back. He plays in Green Bay, and he is a damn dog. He is the definition of a dog, straight out the damn pound, man. He is so good at football, and he's a very underrated receiver too. The guy had 1,300 yards rushing last season. He also had 300 through the ground. He's a touchdown beast, and he is just so good at football, man. It just makes me so excited. Josh Jacobs is like the equivalent of a drunk driver running a football. He is like, there's nothing you can do to stop him. He's a madman. He just goes crazy. He puts his shoulder down. He does not care. He goes for extra contact. And also, he's another guy that's in a very good system with the Green Bay Packers. Cold weather, he's going to get the rock. And also, Matt LaFleur is a damn genius, so he gets schemed up plays really well. Great balance. He has some of the best balance in football. Again, a physical runner. He's also a guy that gets out in space. He can be gone. He does it all. He receives. He is the true package at running back. I have nothing bad to say about Josh Jacobs. I won't say anything bad about Josh Jacobs, because there's nothing bad about Josh Jacobs. He is a great running back, and he's at this number 6 spot. At this number 5 spot, I have Christian McCaffrey. I know. He was banged up last year. He's always damaged. He's like the AD of football, but man, when he's on that field, he's lightning, and he has to be on this list, and I think number 5 is perfect. He's still in San Francisco with Kyle Shanahan, who's one of the best offensive-minded coaches in football. He has Brock Purdy, Kittle. He has all those guys, and he still has a pretty good offensive line. He's going to be back with Purdy, and Purdy's going to lean on him. He's going to get a lot of receptions, and he's going to run. He's going to get fed, and I'm expecting him to have a big year. He's essentially having a year off. He's going to come back fresh. Everything's going to be okay. We've seen CMC. He's only 30. He has one more year in his gas tank, and I think it's going to be this year. The guy's so talented though, man. He is just so much fun to watch. When he's healthy, football is a better game. Last year definitely sucked though. He went to the camp, got hurt at camp, and then he tried to come back, and unfortunately he could just not get through it. He played 2 games last season, and if you drafted him first in fantasy, you probably hate him. Man, he could ball, and when he's on that field, he is just so good that you gotta respect it, man, and that's why he's at this number 5 spot. At this number 4 spot, I have Jahmyr Gibbs from the Lions. Gibbs is another really fun player. He splits carries with Montgomery, but when Montgomery got hurt, he really took over, and he showed the NFL what he can do. He finished last year with 1,400 yards on the ground and 16 touchdowns. Not to mention, he's a great receiver in the air too. He can catch the ball, and he can make plays with the ball in his hands. I mean, obviously he can make the plays with the ball in the hands. He's a running back, but I'm saying, like, as a receiver, he can make big plays. He's also in that crazy offense in Detroit, man. They have a bunch of studs around him. They have one of the best offensive lines in football. They are a good team, and they complement each other well. In my opinion, I think Gibbs is probably top 3 fastest running backs in the NFL. He has speed, man, and it's his acceleration speed. When they combine and he hits that hole, he can hit it so damn hard, man. It's like lightning in a bottle with Jahmyr Gibbs. David Montgomery being healthy, though, I expect his carries to not be totally maxed out, but I think that Gibbs should be the feature back in this offense, which is why I have him at this number 4 spot. We know what talent he is. David Montgomery is another borderline top 10 guy, but I think that Gibbs is going to be a guy that gets majority of the load, and I think that he is going to be a guy that really shows he could be an offensive player of the year candidate this year, in my opinion. At this number 3 spot, I have Bijan Robinson from the Atlanta Falcons. Bijan really came into his own last year, and he is just, like I said, man, he's so much fun to watch. New offense, and he really showed out. And I'm excited, man. I'm a big Michael Penix Jr. guy. I love Michael Penix Jr. So pairing him and Bijan, Drake London Kyle Pitts. Oh my gosh, it's a movie in Atlanta, baby. But let me talk about Bijan Robinson. He is so elusive, man. He is so elusive. One of the best juke moves in the entire game. Great spin move. He has so many moves he can hit you with. He's athletic, he's quick, and he does not have too much tread on his tires. He was drafted super high for a reason. Usually running backs don't get drafted that high unless they're surefire. Guys like Saquon, Genty, hopefully, Bijan, those guys are hits. And usually when teams draft a running back that high, they're super confident in him. And that's exactly what's up with Bijan Robinson. We know what he's going to be. We know he's going to be a guy that's going to put up 1,500 yards this year. I have no doubt about that. In my opinion, I think he's going to become the best running back in all football next year. Just hot take. I think that he could be running back number 1. Really good offensive line in Atlanta, man. Chris Lindstrom is a dog. They have him over there. They also have Matthews at left tackle. They have a very good team, man. On offensively, they are one of the better offenses in the NFL, I think. Especially if Michael Penix Jr. can get it going. That Atlanta team has so much potential, man. And they use Bijan well in the screen game. He's a great receiver out of the backfield. Again, he's so elusive. If he gets the ball outside, he can take any ball home. He's a very fun player to watch. I enjoy watching Bijan Robinson on Sundays. Hopefully he'll be on my fantasy team, but you gotta respect it, man. And Bijan, he's at this number 3 spot. We have 2 left, and you guys know that these guys are gonna be the cream of the crop. You guys know it's Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley. Derrick Henry has been one of the best running backs in football almost a decade now. And then when you look at Saquon had one of the greatest running back seasons that we have ever seen. Coming in at this number 2 spot, these can be interchangeable in my opinion, but I have to go with Derrick Henry at this number 2 spot. Derrick Henry had a great season, man. He had 1,900 yards. He was 79 yards away from a 2,000-yard season. He had 16 touchdowns on the ground. He's also a very good receiver out of the backfield. I think that the Ravens are going to start to use guys like Keaton Mitchell, as a third down back, so Henry does not have to, be a receiver out of the backfield because the age is getting up there. You guys know the timetable on running backs isn't the same with other positions. 31 is pretty old for a running back. So I hope that the Ravens try to get the most out of Derrick Henry and they don't kill him this season because he is so much fun to watch. He's a Hall of Famer. He is easily a Hall of Famer in my opinion. You start to doubt the guy, he just continues to get better. In his first year in Baltimore last year, 1,900 yards is just crazy, man. That is ridiculous. And the offensive line was even at his best. I think the offensive line improved, and I think that him and Lamar Jackson are one of the best duos in the NFL. A very run-heavy scheme, so he's going to get carries. He's going to do everything. If he stays healthy, he's a top 3 back in the NFL easily. Henry is just so much fun because he's such a big running back. He's a big bruiser that can just run you over, and there's nothing you can do about it. There is absolutely nothing you can do about it because he is going right over you like a train, baby. Right over you like a train, and there's nothing you can do. Look at Josh Norman. Josh Norman, he had a solid career. All-Pro, beat Odell. And when I think of Josh Norman, I think of him getting stiff-armed to oblivion. I think of Derrick Henry, weight room in him. And that is just ridiculous what he could do. That's a grown man. That man gets out of bed the same as Derrick Henry. Every single day, puts his pants on the same way, and Derrick Henry is just that much more of a man. And he just bitched him. He's a freak of nature, man. I don't think we've seen anything like him. Usually, back in the day, Derrick Henry would be a fullback, but now he is just such a powerful running back. He's not slow either, though. Even though sometimes he may look a little slow. Once he gets that second level, man, he has breakaway speed. It's just once you cannot let Derrick Henry get going or it's going to be a long day, and that's why he's at this number 2 spot. Coming in at this number 1 spot, of course, it has to be Saquon Barkley. I know. The first thing I'm going to say of Saquon is I'm not that high on him as most years. The Madden curse, Offensive Player of the Year curse, man. That scares me. Especially the guy Saquon that's dealt with injuries in the past, and I'm really hoping and praying that he'll be okay this year because like I say with a lot of players, when they're healthy, the game is better. So when Saquon Barkley is healthy, the game of football is a lot better. To be honest with you, he's a guy definitely could have 20 plus touchdowns last year. I mean, he fell down at times to make sure they won games. Also, Jalen Hurts scored 15 touchdowns on the tush push. So Saquon could have scored a lot more touchdowns last year. Still, he had one of the greatest running back seasons that we've ever seen, and he has to get credit for that. He's a great receiver out of the backfield. Again, another guy that's just so shifty, elusive, and another guy can get breakaway speed. Saquon really did a 360. He went from one of the worst situations to one of the best. Philadelphia Eagles, Nick Sirianni, one of the best offensive lines in football. Guys like Lane Johnson, Jordan Mailata, Cam Jurgens had a great season. You also have Landon Dickerson. Those guys really have a great bond, and they really play well. They're the best offensive line in football for a reason. You also have Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith. So they really can't load the box because there's so many different weapons, man, that can do a lot of different stuff. And it worked. I mean, they won a Super Bowl. In his first year in Philadelphia, they won a Super Bowl. You know, Nick Sirianni got a ring, and the Eagles won, man. And that's largely in part of Saquon Barkley. The masterful games leading them to the Super Bowl. And in the Super Bowl, he didn't have his best performance. That's because the Chiefs were like, all right, Jalen Hurts, you're going to have to beat us. So that's exactly what he did. Still, Saquon, great season, and he really did it all. And I'm so happy for the guy. You know, he played in Giants where they had no offensive line, no coaching, no quarterback. And then he goes to the Eagles and wins the Super Bowl. Good for Saquon, man. And Saquon, you are my best running back heading into the 2025-2026 NFL season. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to go click that like button. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to go click that subscribe button. I would really appreciate that. Also, make sure to like the video and comment any recommendations or feedback down below. What do you guys want to see next on the channel? I really would appreciate that. If you guys want to go check out my Wyoming series, it's in the playlist in my channel right here actually. So make sure to go check that out. I really would appreciate it. But I appreciate every single one of you guys who clicked on this video, and it's your boy, Achane out. Peace!